Hi everyone, here's what I've been using recently with eyeshadows. If you don't have sensitive skin, these will all be soft enough for you. Remember, everyone has different preferences and skin types, which means we won't all like or dislike the same brushes. They were used with the Misha eyeshadow primer, which takes a while to set and has a slightly tacky finish. This is the Uemura L. It's a flat and large Canadian scroll brush. I always had this on the back burner since I didn't think it would be as soft as the Hokuldo GS1, which I'll compare to next. It is less soft and less dense. The hairs feel coarser. It blends better for eyeshadow laydown compared to the GS1, and it gives a more even and diffused finish. It blends out in a larger surface area and brings the color higher as a result. I think those with medium to large eyes would enjoy this. This is the Hokuldo GS1. It's also a flat and large Canadian scroll eyeshadow brush. The Uemura L is on the left, just for point of comparison. It's denser and softer than the Uemura L, and it deposits color in one area and is difficult to blend out. It gives a blotchy finish, which needs more swipes across the eyelid to blend. It feels like it blended better with the NARS eyeshadow primer I used in the past. And the hair color is redder, but it's hard to tell because I have pink eyeshadow on the Uemura L right now. Between the Uemura L and GS1, I prefer the GS1 in terms of softness and density, but the Uemura for blending power, so it's hard to choose just one. Next is the Koyudo Gray Squirrel Large Eyeshadow Brush. It's a flat paddle gray scroll brush. Applies similarly to the Hokuldo GS1, and I pretty much like all large gray scroll flat eyeshadow brushes, so I'll show you my collection. This is another Koyudo flat eyeshadow brush on the right. It's the one with the duochrome green sparkly handle. It's hard to see on camera. Then we have the Fude Japan L. It's the Fude Japan version of the Suku L. And then we have the Hakuhodo Artist 12.6. Last is the Lumiere eyeshadow brush, which is similar to the Z5. This is the Tonso YWQ12. It's a large and wide flat paddle brush made out of Saikoho. It's soft and airy. The hairs are not densely packed together, which makes it airy. It applies like Squirrel, which means it doesn't blend as effectively. I use the flat side for all over lid color. The head is too wide and not tapered at the top, so it doesn't fit in as well into the inner portion of my lid compared to other brushes like the Koyudo Gray Squirrel Large Eyeshadow Brush. This one on the right here, fits into the inner half of my lid a little bit better. It's not as wide, so if I put this on top of the Tonso, in person I can see that the Tonso is a little bit wider, but maybe not on camera. I think I would rather use it for setting and highlighting small areas of the face. Here's a size comparison with the Koyomo flat eyeshadow brush and the Rephr 2. The Rephr 2 is on the left and the Tonso is much, much larger. Then the Koyomo flat eyeshadow brush is on the left. These are the Koyudo BP35 and the Koyomo Nadeshiko Pink Pearl flat eyeshadow brushes. The BP35 is made out of amazingly soft pine squirrel hair that grabs and applies pigment just as well as the Koyomo eyeshadow brush. Both are flat, but the BP35 shape is more squarish compared to the Koyomo on the right. And they both apply shimmer onto the skin, and you can build up pigmentation with them as well. I love both of these brushes. This is the Rephr 2. It's a flat lid brush for packing on color. I love this for shimmers on the inner third and half of the lid. I use it in a patting motion, but you can also sweep with it. It's soft enough for sensitive skin in the warmer months or when your skin is less sensitive in general, and I think it applies better than the Prototype 21, which I'll show next. This is the Rimmel Prototype of the 21. It's a flat synthetic brush, and my prototype looks like it has longer hairs than the 21 on the website. I think shorter bristles work better for this brush, as the longer hairs on mine pokes the inner corners of my lids when I'm using it with pressed shadows. According to the Rephr website, it's designed for shimmers and creams. I think it's more suited for creams over pressed shimmers. With a pressed shimmer eyeshadow, the two applied heavier and with more of the shimmers. It's not soft enough for sensitive skin if used with a pressed shadow, but soft enough with cream shadows. It's essentially the same brush as the MAC 242, but the Rephr has slightly longer hairs. So the MAC 242 is on the left and the Rimmel Prototype 21 is on the right. So I'd be interested in trying the official version of the 21. This is the Rephr 13, which is similar to the Hakuhodo G146 shape. I didn't take the J146 out, but I do have a post comparing the 13 and the 14 with their Hakuhodo equivalents on my Instagram, so you can check that out. My Hakuhodo hairs are softer, but I've read online where people have said that the Rephr hairs were softer, so it really depends on the brush that you get and the batch of hairs. This is best as a color placer on the crease for me since it doesn't blend well. It leaves the color in one spot and has a difficult time blending out. The Wayngauss 4 actually blends a lot better than this one, which is surprising since that one is Squirrel. And I'm pretty sure I got a bad batch of hairs because it's neither soft or efficient for me. Here's the Hakuhodo G5529. It's the Squirrel version of the J5529, and it's on the smaller side. It's a little bit smaller than the J146 and the Rephr 13, which is right here. It's softer and blends a little bit better than the 13 as well. I use it for placing color on the outer V. I recommend it for those with smaller eyes, not a lot of lid space, or those who like smaller detail brushes. I almost bought the tapered G5534 version too, but had to stop myself since they're so similar. It's a really great brush. Last is the Wayngauss 3. I hadn't used it in a while and decided to play with it again. This is the Wayngauss version of the Hakuhodo S142BK. It's very soft and suitable for sensitive eyelids. It blends a lot better than the Rephr 13 on the right. It smooths and blurs out harsh edges evenly relatively quickly, just like dope. I call this a soft focus blender. I love both this brush and the S142BK, and I also have a backup of this brush. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!